Hi, everyone, and welcome to this masterclass on money and manifestation with the Manifesting Mamas. This is Shira, and on behalf of Danny and myself, we'd like to welcome you and acknowledge you for being here and just committing the time to be here today. So, today we're going to be talking about manifestation as it applies to money and really anything. We're going to be uncovering some principles of law of attraction that most people never share with you. And we're actually going to dive deep into some of the lesser known universal laws without which law of attraction doesn't work, and how you can make all these laws work together in the process of manifestation. Now, we couldn't possibly cover the complexity of universal laws in this short class, but you are definitely going to walk away with a whole new understanding of what you know about law of attraction so that you can really apply it in a whole new way in your life, so you can eliminate struggle and start manifesting with more ease. But before we do that, we're actually going to take a little quiz, which is going to give you a snapshot, the exact snapshot you need to know so that you can uncover where you're stuck when it comes to the 5 key areas of creating and keeping money. And this is going to give you just a really good indicator of where your relationship with money stands and some of the traps you might be falling into that are blocking money from flowing freely into your life. And then we're going to give you the exact steps you can take to course correct and completely transform your relationship with money so it never has to feel like a struggle again. So I think we're going to be here for about 30 minutes. And if you stay on through the end, we're going to reveal some of the exact work we do with our private clients that has them creating the exact life that they want. You're going to see some real life case studies of how this information can be applied into your life so you can create transformation. So a quick note or a quick minute or two about us, and then I'm going to dive right into content. I have a huge pet peeve with calls and webinars where the host spends like 30 minutes talking about themselves and why you should listen to them before actually delivering any content. So I am not going to do that. Just a real quick who we are. Danny and I are both moms. We both live by the beach, but on opposite coasts of the country. I'm in California and she's in North Carolina. We actually met online and had an instant connection and very quickly became soul business partners. And we were introduced to the law of attraction, probably like many of you, through the book The Secret, or the movie maybe. And in our previous business, we used to train people in positive mindset and motivation. But as we ourselves went through a lot of growth and change and some struggling businesses and broke through some major stuff in our lives using the exact information we're sharing with you tonight, that has helped us create a life and business where we get to live our true purpose and make money with ease on our own terms. We just decided that this is what we needed to do, that we needed to share this information with others as well, because it's exactly what helped us create the change that we needed in our lives. We really live these principles every day, and it has allowed us to create this platform where we get to help people like you create true transformation by applying the law of attraction to not only break through blocks to creating financial prosperity, but to truly develop wealth consciousness and create a life that's not only abundant financially, but a life where you also get to have fun and give generously and just truly experience peace of mind because you know that you're able to deliberately create whatever you want. And that's what we've been able to do over the past few years. So that's just a little bit about us. And now what I'm going to do is jump right into the quiz. So if you can, take out a pen and paper, and you will be able to see where you're at in your relationship to money. So a clear indication that you need to grow in the area of money is that your financial situation right now is not where you want it to be. And all of these problems that show up for you, you don't have to create a lot of drama around them. All it means is that this is the next area of growth that you need to work on and grow into so that you can move past it. So it's really an important lesson for you to stop looking at problems as a bad thing. Problems are really just the indicator of your next level of growth. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And the good news is, no matter where you're at right now, Money is really very simple to master once you have a strategy for knowing how to value yourself, how to master your mindset, and how to take simple actions that put you in control. And when you do that, you will know exactly what you need to focus on to create change. You'll feel more confident and you'll be able to stand in your power when it comes to money. You'll begin to be able to make and keep more money. So this exercise is designed to show you specifically the areas you need to work on when it comes to money. So you know exactly what you need to focus on to achieve your goals. And as you know, what you focus on expands. So looking at the slide, you'll see that the 5 key areas that make up the formula for creating and keeping more money are forgiveness, boundaries, action, empowerment, and mindset. And by having clarity and knowing what to do in each of these 5 key areas, you'll automatically begin to make more money and have more money to spend how you want. So what we're going to do is take the next few minutes to see a snapshot of where you are right now in each of these 5 key areas. And what you're going to do is just go down in each of the 5 key areas, and I'm going to read off some statements. Whichever is true for you, you're going to write a yes in this column, in this category, which means you need to be honest with yourself. Don't think too hard about it. Whatever answer comes to you first when you think, is this true, yes or no? If it is, just write a yes in that column. Okay, again, this is for you. No one else is going to see this. So you really just need to be honest about it because this is what's going to help you. So the first area you want to write under your column, forgiveness. I heard or felt conflict about money when growing up. So if this is true for you, you're just going to write yes in your forgiveness column. The people around me don't always speak positively about money. Is it a yes or a no? Lastly, I feel guilty or shameful about debt. Okay, moving on to boundaries. So now you're going to create a column for yourself called boundaries. And you're going to write a yes each time the statement is true. I often feel uncomfortable discussing money. Yes or no? I have not substantially increased my income over the past year. I often undervalue what I am worth. So moving on to action. Same thing, you're going to write action as your column and write a yes or no for each of these statements. I often put off paying or managing bills. I would like to save money, but I'm not sure how to make this happen. I don't track my income to the penny every day. And now moving on to empowerment. So make a column for empowerment. Write a yes or no for each of these statements. I undercharge or am undercompensated for my expertise. When I think about making more money, it feels overwhelming or that I would have to work harder. I often secretly have doubts about my financial decisions. Now the last column, mindset. I know my mindset impacts my actions. I would love a new money mindset, but I'm not sure what it would be. Many things in my life are going great. I just need a shift regarding money. So now you have your 5 columns. You can see which areas you have yeses and which areas you have nos. And what you're going to do is whichever column has 2 or more yeses, you're going to circle that column name because this is a key area where creating a money breakthrough will help you multiply the amount of money you make and get to keep or spend. So this is where we're going to look at what you need to do in each of these key areas and what it means for you. What are the traps you're falling into with each of these 5 key areas? So in the area of forgiveness, if you have 2 or more yeses, the biggest trap is that you are unconsciously holding yourself back from producing consistent income. And it's as if you keep hitting your own financial glass ceiling when what you desire is to be more financially successful in your life. And what you can do is to acknowledge that the money stories that were given to you as a child are not yours, and many of them are not true. And forgive yourself for holding them so that you can create a new family money legacy. Moving on to boundaries. If you have 2 or more yeses in the area of boundaries, then you're likely putting the needs of others and first, and you probably often feel that money is just something that happens to you instead of feeling in control. Okay, so your solution is to learn to value yourself more and increase in your own self-worth. Our client Sarah had not been able to create the income she desired because she had major blocks to receiving. She was always putting others first and not making time for herself because she had a subconscious belief that she was not good enough because of messages she received as a child from her father. But by clearing this belief and increasing her own self-worth, she's now opened herself up to receiving and no longer struggles with money. And boundaries is a very important area to work on if you're struggling with this. Now in action, if you have 2 or more yeses in the key area of action, it means you're missing simple systems for handling your money and for handling your bills and for paying off debt. And it also means if you're not handling all this stuff and feeling empowered around it, your energy is probably tied up in the overwhelm and you're missing out on simple opportunities that would help you get ahead of your bills and create more income. And the solution to that is really very simply money systems that can help you feel more in control instead of having money control you. So our client Stephanie was in complete avoidance of her numbers. She wasn't tracking her income or her expenses, and what it came down to was that she didn't feel worthy of having money in her life. So she lived in fear of looking at the money she was making, and she was constantly stopping herself from creating more income because of the self-sabotage behaviors and avoidance. And once she confronted the block, she was able to move through it and started seeing opportunities to make money that had literally been right in front of her all the time. Next, moving on to empowerment. 2 or more yeses in the area of empowerment means that you're inwardly not sure how to stand in your value and be compensated for your gifts. And this is a very common trap, especially among women, that when you break free of it, you'll see a dramatic positive improvement in your bank account. And lastly, mindset. If you have 2 or more yeses in the area of mindset, it means that you know you'd benefit from a shift in your mindset, and you just need a fresh perspective to help you see what's possible for you so that you can keep focused on where you want to be instead of always focusing on where you are right now. So what do we do about all these blocks, and how do we move towards breaking through them so that we can live the abundant lives we deserve? So now that you have an understanding of the 5 key areas where you might be blocking the flow of money into your life, now is the perfect time to talk about getting ourselves into alignment with the manifestation of money and how to break through these blocks. So Danny and I are extremely passionate about helping people understand law of attraction and universal laws. We really just want to change the direction of the understanding of these laws so people can actually apply them in a powerful way and make things happen in their life. And while I believe that everything that's taught about law of attraction is done with very good intention, there are a lot of half-truths and misconceptions out there. And what's happening is there's a lot of disappointment all over the place when it comes to these laws because people think it doesn't work. They're just not being taught correctly. Or sometimes they think it just doesn't work for them, right? Because they're trying, but it's just not working. But what you're going to learn right now is that is simply not true. We get asked all the time, does law of attraction work? Is there truth to these laws? And the very simple answer to that is that law of attraction is a universal law that applies to everyone and everything. It is working all the time, whether you believe it or not. It's working. Just like gravity, it's a law. So think of it this way. If you step off the side of a building You're going down, right? You're going to fall whether you understand gravity or not. So it doesn't matter if you understand universal laws. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what religion you are, what gender you are. Universal laws affect us all. They are laws. And law of attraction is the same way. And according to the law of attraction, whatever you are a vibrational match for energetically will be attracted back to you. But this is where people tend to oversimplify and teach that if you think positive thoughts, positive things will come back to you. And that is an oversimplification. That leads to people being disappointed and thinking that manifestation doesn't work. Because you're thinking about positive things and all the money you want to create, but it's just not showing up. And you've probably been taught that thoughts create things. So you're like, what's the deal? And while it is true that everything that ever came into being started with a thought, that concept leaves out your beliefs and a critical step, which is the action that needs to take place in order for something to manifest. So let's look at the manifestation of technology. The person who invented the cell phone, he didn't just imagine and visualize the cell phone and it magically appeared out of nowhere. No, he came up with the idea for a cell phone. He believed in his full knowing that it was possible to create it. And then he received inspiration on what his next steps were to make it a reality. He tapped into that knowledge and he took the action that was required to make it happen, to bring it into reality. So action is the piece that so many people leave out when they talk about manifestation. Not just thinking a thought, but believing that thought to be true, believing that what you desire is possible. So yes, it's true. Our thoughts create things because the formula for manifesting does begin with thoughts. Your thoughts create your emotions or vibration, and your emotional or vibrational state then leads you to an action, which is what creates a result in your life or a manifestation. Everything in your life today, you created. It is all a result of the thoughts that you think, which fuel your emotions, which dictate your actions. And the cool thing about knowing that everything in your life is what you created it to be is that now that you know that, you can go out and create something different. So truly, what brings about a manifestation is your actions in harmony with your thoughts and emotions. When you change your behavior, you will change your results. I'm not saying when you change your thinking, you will change your results. I'm not saying when you change your emotion, you'll change your results. The only thing that changes results is behavior, actions. That's it. Period. Behavior is habitual. Behavior is the cause of the results that you are experiencing in your life. Now, thinking is a cause and it affects behavior, but it does not cause a different result. You can sit around and think different things and read great stuff all day long, but the only thing that's going to change is the stored knowledge that you have in your brain cells. Change your behavior, change your results. But it's your thoughts and beliefs that will change your behavior. This is very, very key to understand and why so many people go wrong when it comes to law of attraction. So moving on, I want to take a moment to cover the law of vibration, because this is also a very misunderstood concept for many people. Everything in the universe is energy. Everything. The chair you're sitting on, the phone you're listening on, or the computer right now, that's energy. And we as human beings are also energy. And according to the law of vibration, everything vibrates, nothing rests. So we are constantly sending out vibrations. But what creates our vibration are thoughts and emotions. When you put emotion into something, that creates a vibration within you. And the more emotion, the stronger the vibration. And that vibration goes out into the universe, and everything in that vibration can now come back into your experience. So here is where things can go wrong for people with this. There is something called the Reciprocating Law of Spirit, which states that whatever we turn over to Spirit, Spirit gives us back in physical form. And the main thing you need to know about this law for the purpose of this class is that when you send a confused message to Spirit, meaning you're not clear on what you want, or you're thinking about a thought, but somewhere you have doubts, in other words, your thoughts are not believable to you, Spirit can only give back to you more confusion. So when your thoughts and beliefs are not in harmony, in other words, your wants are on one side, but your emotions are on the other, and then your actions are somewhere in between and not in harmony or not in alignment, you're sending a very confused message to Spirit. And then you don't get back what you want. This is when we have confusion in our life. We have lack, we have debt, we have broken relationships, and it's because our thoughts and emotions are not in harmony with our desires. So it's not that manifesting isn't working, it's just that you're manifesting what you don't want instead of what you want. And that's because somewhere inside of you, in your subconscious, there is a belief that is not in harmony with your wants and desires. Now, the second area where there is confusion or misconceptions on the law of vibration is this concept that we can just raise our vibration and tune into the energy of money and abundance, and that magical checks are going to start showing up in our mailbox. People think I'll just raise my vibration to match what I want and I'll draw it to me like a magnet. So with law of vibration, most people think to themselves that they're like a little radio and they can just change their frequency at will and dial into whatever station they want, and immediately they'll start attracting them to themselves, whatever it is they want. And that is a partial truth. That is not the whole truth. It's not that you're just going to dial in to $1 Million FM and all of a sudden bags of money will start falling in your front yard. More often than not, it does not happen like that. The thing you need to realize about the law of vibration, and this ties into the law of reciprocating spirit I just spoke about, is your vibration communicates a message. And when your thoughts and emotions and vibrations are in harmony, and you turn over a clear message to the universe, what gets delivered back to you is not bags of money suddenly appearing in your life. Rather, what comes back to you is an opportunity or a circumstance to bring the money into your life. Why? Because of something called the law of choice. We as humans, as intellectual thinking beings, have been given the gift of choice. That means we have choice over everything that comes into our life. We have choice over what thoughts we think. We have choice over how we react to things. We have choice over what actions we take. So how does Spirit give us choice? It can only give us a choice if it shows up in the form of an opportunity. And then you are given the choice to take an action that will lead you towards your desire. So going back to our formula for manifesting. Thoughts and your thoughts create your emotions and your vibrations, which dictate your actions. And when your thoughts are clearly focused on a desired outcome which you would like to manifest, perhaps it's a job or a business or an opportunity that's going to make you the money you desire, it's not that money is going to start falling out of the sky. It's that opportunities are going to start appearing for you. And when your thoughts and therefore your vibration are tuned into your desire, you become more aware of these opportunities. You see them. Your energy is clear to take action. And so when they come into your life, you make the choice to act on them, and you take action in alignment with your desires because your vibration is in alignment with what you desire. So it has nothing to do with raising or lowering your vibration, rather everything to do with getting your vibration in harmony with your wants and desires. And this is the biggest area where people get stuck, because what comes up when these opportunities show up is fear, indecision, fear of making the wrong decision, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, and all sorts of limiting beliefs. And so what happens is you go into inaction. lack of action. You're not making decisions. You're not moving forward. You're sending a confused message to spirit and getting more confusion back. So the solution, as we talked about earlier, is to have your thoughts and your emotions in harmony with your actions. So you see, manifestation is not about working harder and grinding and making stuff happen, or just sitting home and meditating and thinking it's going to show up for you. It's about achieving the mindset where what you want is a possibility so that it becomes a reality. Mindset. This requires getting very clear on your desires. This requires mastering your mindset and learning to become a deliberate thinker of your thoughts so that you can control your emotional responses and learn how to manage your vibrational energy to attract the opportunities and circumstances that are going to move you towards your desires. And you do that by the habits and behaviors that develop your mindset. It's a muscle that you need to flex every day. Just like going to the gym and working out when you want to lose weight, you want to change your life, increase your wealth consciousness, you need to work on your mindset through mindset practices, through visualization, through affirmations, and getting to the root of the subconscious blocks that are putting your beliefs out of alignment with your desires. So you guys, today you've been able to identify some of the key areas you need to work on when it comes to transforming your relationship with money. And this is huge because every time you create an awareness around something is an opportunity to shift it. Shift, transformation always begins with awareness. You've also learned the formula for manifesting and how manifesting works and some of the key misconceptions when it comes to law of attraction. And you've also learned some of the habits and behaviors that if you take action on, you will create massive shifts that allow you to not only create more money, but keep more of it too. Because it's one thing to know how to create money, but it's another to become the kind of person that masters a relationship with money. So you stop the self-sabotage behaviors that keep money running out the door. And you're able to honor and enjoy money in a healthy way so it wants to stick around. And if you've come here to this class, it's likely that there's something in your money reality that just isn't what you want it to be. And I want you to realize this. If you're living a life where something is wrong, where you're stuck or things aren't changing, you're experiencing struggle or difficulty generating money for the life you want, but yet you have a dream of what you would like to experience and it just isn't happening, there is something about these laws that you are just not understanding, and there is something in your money beliefs that is just not in harmony with your wants and desires. Because when your mindset and your beliefs are in harmony, you are able to manifest your desires. But the intention and the clarity have to be there first before the universe will step in to support your desires. So I'd like to invite you to take the next step with us and join us for our 6-week Mind Over Money group coaching experience, where you'll have the opportunity to work with us, to work with me and Danny, to do some of our deepest, most transformational work that is the ultimate shortcut to end the struggle in your relationship with money so you can create an entirely new money paradigm and start making and keeping the money you desire. So if you go to our webpage, mindovermoneycoaching.com, right now, you're going to see a special offer and some exclusive bonuses just for the people who are on this webinar that are good for 24 hours only. After that, bonuses disappear for good. Now, not all souls are brave enough to tackle this stuff. This is some deep emotional work that can completely transform your life if you are willing to let go of mediocrity, and if you are willing to let go of the belief that you don't deserve to have money in your life, or the belief that money is hard to come by. But for those of you who are feeling courageous, let me tell you a little bit about the possibilities that will open up for you if you're willing to take that next step. So the very first step is to work with you to get complete clarity on what you desire and really stretch your vision to what's possible for you so you can stop sending confused message to the universe and have the universe deliver back exactly what you're wanting. You'd be surprised how few people actually have that level of clarity on what it is they want, and that's why confusion is always showing up for them. Our client Sandra, by getting clear on exactly what she wanted, she was able to figure out her life purpose, walk away from 3 struggling businesses to then create one single business of her dreams, serving people on a soul level, working way less and more than tripling her income. As a matter of fact, her dream clients started seeking her out, paying her fees without any objections. So she's now doing what she loves, working less, and making more money. And by being consistent and doing the work that we taught her, she's now attracted the love of her life and writes to tell us that thanks to the work we did together, she now has everything she ever wanted in life. Next, you're going to discover a technique that will completely override your subconscious beliefs and command abundance into your life. You're going to learn how to see the opportunities for abundance that are sometimes right under your nose. By releasing the limiting belief that you have to work hard to make a lot of money, within 2 weeks of working with us, our client Adrienne felt empowered to double her rates in her business, was able to cut her hours in half and make more money than she used to. Next, you're going to understand how your mindset actually creates your reality and how to get clear on your money consciousness with the mindset techniques that we will teach you. You're going to master the formula to create change in any area of your life and how to resolve the inner conflicts that are sabotaging your success. You're going to discover your big why and how to make it come to life and discover exactly where you're giving your power away when it comes to money, and then set courageous boundaries so you stop blocking abundance. You will finally be able to stretch your goals and achieve even bigger goals than you ever have with complete confidence. You will unearth your core beliefs about money that aren't serving you and how to reframe them to propel you forward instead of staying stuck. After working with us, our client Joanne, who is in her 50s, realized that she had very old ideas about the amount of money she was able to earn because of messages she got as a child. And after she cleared those beliefs, she opened herself up to being able to double her income. Next, you're going to be able to massively upgrade your self-worth to increase your net worth and master simple systems that will make you feel completely in control of your money. You're going to discover the specific things you've been doing to keep debt in your life and a very simple yet powerful system that will have you paying off any amount of debt, no matter how big, without having to sacrifice or feel broke. And finally, you will feel empowered to move past fear and take decisive action towards your goals. So you guys, this is just a taste of what we do in this program. Remember, the special offer and bonuses disappear in the next 24 hours. So if you're done with living in mediocrity and know you're meant for more, because the universe does want to give you everything you desire, it's just a question of making that decision, then all it takes is 3 minutes. Go to mindovermoneycoaching.com. In 3 minutes, you could go from dreading waking up each day to facing the struggle to a reality where you jump out of bed full of hope and excitement, knowing that you have the ability to create the life you desire. And if you go to the page and you're thinking, I can't afford this, just know it's never about the money. When you are truly ready for change, the money will find its way to you. Because it's about making that decision and not letting fear stop you. Ask yourself, how much longer are you willing for, I can't afford it, to be your story? And what does it feel like in your body when you think about your life 6 months from now, exactly the same with nothing changed? Because if you continue to believe in the idea that you don't have the money, you will continue to create that reality. Every time I've ever decided to make an investment in myself and up-level my life, it started with a decision. It's not that the money was there. I made the decision first, and then the universe showed me the way to create the money. When you make a decision and commitment to yourself that you want something, the universe will support you. So decide today that you are ready to take that next step with us and go to mindovermoneycoaching.com. I promise you, your life is going to be better for it. I just want to thank you again for being here. I know your time is valuable, and we truly appreciate you spending this time with us today. We look forward to working with you.